Hey guys, what's up? This is Mike Lee, and I am fired up out of my mind right now. Um, there's a lot of people asking about what's going on with our company and what's the buzz about. And all in all, we're helping a ton of families across the country with what's called mortgage protection. The name of my company is The Alliance, and we're the number one provider of mortgage protection in the entire United States. Um, what exactly is mortgage protection? Pretty much when people buy a home, they usually owe the bank money. And the banks don't really care what's going on in your personal life. They don't care if you die, become disabled, or have a serious illness. They still want their money. And if that happens, someone has to pay the bank. So what our company does is we send out a letter to everyone in the United States that has recently bought a home or refinanced their home. And we ask them if they want this mortgage protection. And the mortgage protection can pay off the entire loan or pay off a portion of the loan if one of the primary breadwinners die. So very, very important stuff. Just think about your average American family. You got a husband and a wife and a couple kids. If the husband, loses his job and is forced to take a job making half of the amount of money, that's a significant lifestyle change for that family. I mean, some things are going to have to change. Now, if he dies, it's almost financially impossible for that family to make it. So what our company does is we're very proactive and we give people this opportunity right away. All right. So for example, this is the lead, or this is the actual letter that we send to these families. We're sending out 1 million of these at a time. So essentially we're knocking on 1 million doors, and only 1 to 2% of those people that are getting these letters are returning them to us. So you're talking about 10,000 to 20,000 families. That's still a lot of families, but we would much rather talk to the 10,000 or 20,000 families that want what we have, as opposed to the 98,000 families that don't, or even more than that. I'm sorry, 980,000 families that don't want what we have. Okay. So we're sending out this letter, and you can read the letter. Jack Dempsey, if he's interested in this, he puts his first name, his last name, his wife's first name and last name, their date of birth, their sex, their height, their weight, their smoking status, their phone numbers. A lot of the times you get a home number, a cell phone number, and a work number. They sign the bottom. They send it back into our company. Our company puts into our system, and we send it out to you guys, the people that can actually go out and help us out. Okay. So that's kind of how that works. Now, this is recent. So it's 4/5/2017. This is how many families are requesting our help in these different states. And this is just this week. We get 10,000 to 20,000 more every single week. It's crazy. All right. Now, how do you do it? You pretty much just go out, you educate these families, you call them up. You would call Jack Dempsey up, and you'll set up a time where you can sit down with them for about 30 to 45 minutes to kind of just educate them. You have a reality check. You say, hey, listen, you're going to die at some point. What is it going to look like for your family when you pass away? Can they afford to stay in this home? Can they afford to, can your children afford to go to college, or can your grandchildren afford to go to college? Like, is that lifestyle going to have to change? How much money are you making right now? You're making, $75,000 a year. That money is gone once you're gone. What is your family going to look like? Our objective is to help them leave a legacy instead of a liability for their family. Okay. So we call Jack and Janet, and we just have a real conversation with them. And obviously we're going to teach you everything that you need to say. Don't worry. We have an old school flip chart that you use. Okay. So you go out, you help them fill out the paperwork. And whenever you help a family, you're going to make about $500 a pop. Okay. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but on average, you're going to make about $500, and you're not getting paid by me or my company. You're getting paid directly from these multi-billion-dollar insurance companies like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, Foresters. I mean, we're working with like 15 different companies, so you're getting paid all over the place. And you can make as much money as you want. You can make as little money as you want. We're just looking for some good people. That's it. We can train and teach anybody how to do what we do if you're teachable and if you're willing to follow our system. Okay. We have a ton of training. We have an entire online university. We have face-to-face meetings in 80 different cities across the country every single week. We have conference calls every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have boot camps. And you're not required to go to these things, but these are options that you have. And whatever your financial goals, we can help you get there. You know, we got people in our organization, like the guy who hired me. He's 33 years old. He's making about $300,000 a year. And we got a ton of people who's making way more money than him and way less money than him. You can work completely part-time. You make your own schedule. Okay. So if you only want to work on Saturday mornings, sure. If you want to work 5 days a week, sure. It doesn't matter. We can teach you how to do what we do. The same reason McDonald's can take any 15 or 16-year-old and plug them into their system and make that person an asset to that company. It's the exact same reason why we can succeed in our company as well. We have a system. So what's next? Get back to the person who invited you to this video and ask them what's next. You know, you might have to get into an online course. If you don't already have your insurance license, that's not a hard process at all. We can help you out with absolutely anything. It's not expensive. You know, you're not paying us by any means. This is regulated by the state. This is no scheme. This is highly regulated by the state. So you do have to get an insurance license, but we can show you how to do that. But get back to the person who invited you to this video, and we'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, give me a call. 703-932-5057. And again, my name is Michael Lee. Talk to you soon.